Hey FlossTube, how you doing? It's Sunday, January 28th, and this will be my first update video for 2018. Woohoo! Got everything organized, so hopefully we'll be quick. I will do the giveaway announcement for the Brooks Books ornaments at the end, and I might have another one, another thing to do from a giveaway perspective, so stay tuned. All right. First things first, I had a question. So excited. I had a question on my last Stitch With Me video regarding the material that I use between underneath my Q-snaps. I put this over the fabric and under my Q-snap clamp to keep things tight, especially when I've only got one layer of fabric there. And it's essentially shelf and drawer liner, and it comes in a roll like this. And if you just cut, I just cut a strip off. And if it's for a 6 or 8 inch Q-snap, I'll cut it in half. But yeah, this is just shelf and drawer liner, commonly available at Walmart, Target, maybe even dollar store. I don't know. Relatively, it's very inexpensive, and I just keep a roll of it because eventually it gets kind of chewed up. But I find it great to help keep the clamps tight, especially like I said when there's only one layer of fabric or it's a thinner fabric. And it'll also protect the stitches because this'll compress before the stitches compress. So thanks for the question. All right. Okay, so on to the rest. Since we last spoke at the end of December, I've had a couple of finishes. So the first one is horrible glare. This is Forest Snowfall, Little House Needleworks, and this is from the Priscilla and Chelsea Stitch Along that was started on Chelsea's birthday at the end of December. I finished it up the first week of January. I used the fabric is Color and Cotton. Old Stone is the name of the fabric. The floss is pretty much as called for, except for the blue, except for the letters. I used the blue corn that Down Sunshine Lane sent. But then I just picked it up from the framer yesterday. So all done and ready to go on the wall. The other finish that I've gotten is Winter Wonderland, also from a Priscilla and Chelsea Stitch Along. And this is what I was working on in my last Stitch With Me video. So this case, the fabric is antique gray, 32 count from XJU Designs. The DMC is all as called for, but I changed out all of the classic colorworks because I just pulled what I had from stash. I actually had this pattern in my stash, so it made it very easy to go, oh yeah, sure, I'll start that up with you. So I did, and I finished it in just a few days. It was great. It was a nice quick stitch. So this one's done, also framed, ready to go on the wall. So let's see. The next piece is a start, a finish, and now a whip. And that is Into the Jungle, Frosted Pumpkin. So this is the new 2018 Stitch Along. It is on Picture This Plus Lugana in Shale, which is the called for fabric, using all the DMC, and of course, I got the needle minder. So January is complete. We're going to do February, so I started the February box. But this was good. Finished him in a couple of days, so this is my gonna keep up this year piece, so we'll see how that goes. But I have kind of a soft goal this year of everything that I start in 2017, I want to finish in 2017. Which so far we're doing good, and we're on track, but obviously as soon as I find some big pattern that I'm like, oh, I have to start it now, that's gonna go out the wayside. But for now, my goal is holding. My goal is holding. Next is my New Year new start for my start on New Year's Day, and this is Stitcherovia's Wedding Love. And this is the wedding sampler that I'm doing for my daughter who's getting married this year, using silks from, this is a combination of Silks for You and Dinky Dyes. I asked Jo Mason to dye some red silk for me, which she very kindly did. And here's where I'm at so far. This is about 6 days worth of stitching. So not bad. It's on 40 count Elba Maxima linen, which is, oh my God, if you like linen with a good hand and good fibers, oh my gosh, this Elba Maxima from Legacy is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it. I love it. So anyway, so 40 count Elba Maxima 1/2. I actually want to try to get this done by the end of February so that I can have it framed before I lose my framer. So I'll be working on that every weekend until it's done, essentially. Next piece that has seen some additional stitches in the last month is Let Freedom Ring, Lila's Studio. I had a business trip this past week to California and an earthquake one night, which was interesting. But I took Let Freedom Ring with me, so I thought, no problem, I can work on this, and I can even stitch it in hand because it's 32 count cream Jobelin, and I wouldn't have any problems. I brought a nice little portable light because, of course, hotel lighting is horrible. Forgot the magnifier, so I got maybe 20 stitches done throughout the week. I did put at least one stitch in every day, and I am 100% 28 for 28 on my stitching every day for this year, but I did not get anywhere near what I had hoped to get done while I was there because I forgot the magnifier. So, but anyway, so here's where it is so far. Let's take it back just a little bit. There we go. I'm working on that lower left corner, the page 11. I finished the little soldiers Friday night during the off the grid party. And then, let's get him a little. But I also made it all the way down to the bottom corner, which I'm very happy about. So, I have to do the back stitching in the bottom of the building yet, and then I have to start the leaf border on the bottom. But the little soldier guys are all done, 100%. So this will get more time in February. Alright, so the next whip that got some time is my King Arthur's Court from Cross Stitch Collection, or World Cross Stitch October 2005 Cross Stitch Collection. So now Stephanie at Miss So Crafty is going gangbusters. I'm not going quite so fast, but I did make some progress. So I'm working on that lower left page. Here we go. So I finished the bottom of the Camelot block, and now I'm working this way. So I've started on finishing Merlin, and I'll start on Arthur soon. So this is as per charted, the exception being that I swapped out the metallic that was called for, which is the nasty DMC metallic, for Petite Treasure Braid. So I think this is scheduled, I think I'll work on this week. I am kind of doing a pseudo semi-planned rotation where I work on something during the week and then I work on something, a focus on the weekend, which right now is the wedding sampler. So, but Let Freedom Ring and King Arthur are being swapped during the week. With the exception of when the Into the Jungle comes out, I'll finish that, and then there's usually a new start somewhere in there, just because I can. So that's it. Those are all my whips. Those are all my stitching whips. Now, when I failed to take my magnifier with me to California, I ended up working on knitting during the night because I didn't need a magnifier for the knitting, and I didn't particularly need the fancy light either. But anyway, so this is an old pair of socks. This is an old pair of socks. Now, I have one completed pair of socks. And so this is the second sock. Put the needle out of the way. Second sock. So this is where I was when I left and I got on the plane. And I finished the leg, did the heel flap, turned the heel, and I'm in the midst of the gusset. So pretty good progress. I just like knitting on the plane much easier. To me, it's much easier than stitching on the plane. So that was my lone knitting WIP. I have hopes of getting the sock done. We'll see. So that's the WIPs. Page turned. I was getting very confused. All right, so I did get just a few things from a stash acquisition or stash enhancement perspective. I got my first set of threads from Trisha at 3L Threads for I chose to do Classic Colorworks. So I got my first batch of Classic Colorworks. I also broke down and ordered my first Avertote. Caroline had showed this one in one of her videos. This beautiful blue tartan plaid. It's just absolutely gorgeous with the matching case and this tiny little stitch marker that came with it. So cute. So I broke down and ordered these, and it's like a flannel. I just want to pet it. It's very nice. I suspect ultimately Scotland Mandala Chatelaine will go in this. I think it seems appropriate for this to be the bag, but until I actually get that started, it'll just sit on my shelf. Okay, so the other project bag that came in was my January So Much to Love, and it's the little odds, the little extra bits and pieces that come with it. Okay. Well, beautiful bag. I'm only doing the quarterly bags this year. I have a lot of project bags and a lot of fabric to make project bags, but I'm only doing the quarterly this year, and I'm sure next month I'm going to regret it when she puts out a fabulous February bag, but oh well. So the next thing that came in the mail was from Dying to Stitch, and that is the latest in the Colonial Gatherings. This is a Scarlet House coverlet court. These kits come 4 times a year. They come with everything that you need for finishing, stitching and finishing. It's alternating between Scarlet House and Plum Street Samplers, and it's out from the Dying to Stitch in Virginia. Pretty sure Virginia. Great. I've been part of that for a couple years now and haven't stitched a single one, but who knows? This one looks pretty good. So, and if I start it this year, it's something that I can actually finish this year, which is awesome. Christmas. So Mom moved to Albuquerque in November, so she was not with us for Christmas. So I didn't see her until weekend before last, when we had our annual Vegas weekend, which we do every year with a group of friends. And so she gave me she gave me a very late Christmas gift. Not too late, Lord knows I haven't sent hers yet, so it's not too late. But she gave me a late Christmas gift, and that was the Mystic Stitch Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock and Watson. Is that not the coolest? This is from, Mystic Stitch. So I broke down and ordered 25 count, easy count fabric. I've never done a full coverage on this type of fabric. I have really no interest in having an earth design. I own one, but who knows if I'll ever actually stitch it. But this one looks kind of fun. There's only like 11 colors. But I bought the fabric, and so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's not a huge number of pages either, so 350 by 410. That's not bad, is it? It fits on a fat quarter. 28 count. Oh, 28 count, not 25 count. Sorry. So that might be my first foray into a big full coverage piece. I've done a little full coverage Michael Powell. Of course, while we were in Vegas, you know, we had to go to Stitcher's Paradise. I went in and I knew exactly I was looking for one thing, and that's all I bought was this one thing. And this was something that what I had seen, my husband and I had seen when we were there in November, and Gina was out of it. So she ordered it and got it in, and so this is Bent Creek's Snow Globe Mantle. This is only one, this is one part. There's a second, here's another part, that was the final part, and then the big, so it's got all the bits and pieces and threads, and that's all I bought. I didn't buy anything else. I helped other people buy things, but I didn't buy anything else, so I didn't need anything else, really. So, alright, that's it from stash perspective. So, let's see, let me check my list real quick. List is good. Alright, so, as I spoke in my last video, I had an extra set of bride ornaments to give away. So, 12 ornaments in the package. And I had 28 comments left. And so I just did the random comment picker, and the winner was Pam from Stitching Between the Lines. So Pam, I will respond to your comment, and how funny, because your video is from a couple days ago is the next thing up on my watch later list, so I'll be watching it today. How funny. So Pam, I will comment on your comment, and I will also leave my email, or my email's in the description box below this. So if you can just drop me a note with the address that you'd like me to send these to, I will get these in the mail for you. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. And so I want to say thanks to everyone for commenting, subscribing, just watching. I really appreciate, and I know that there's a ton of different FlossTube makers out there, and I greatly appreciate the time that you spend, the time that you take to spend watching my videos. I certainly enjoy making them, and I hope you enjoy watching them. So that being said, I have the two finishes from the Priscilla and Chelsea stitch-alongs. I have two charts, and I don't need these charts. So if you would like to stitch Winter Wonderland or Forest Snowfall, please leave me a comment below. All you've got to say is, I'd like to stitch Winter Wonderland, or I'd like to stitch Forest Snowfall, or I'd like to stitch both. No problem. So go ahead and leave a comment for one, the other, or both. Just name the chart, and in the next update video at the end of February, we will draw. Now, the great thing about the Priscilla Chelsea stitch-alongs is they go on forever. So even if you haven't participated because you didn't have the chart, whatever, now you're going to get the chart. It's never too late to join in. Never too late to join in. In fact, if I had Lantern Lane, I would probably be starting that, but I don't have that chart, and I'm not going to buy it. I got plenty of other stuff. So, but there are folks starting, you know, all the time. So please, leave me a comment. I will record at the end of February. I'll pick a couple winners, and you too can stitch these great and quick charts. So with that, that's all I got for today. Have a great day. Stitch all the things, and I'll see you in about a month.